The Earth is becoming more crowded and congested as the human population continues to rise, leading to increasing strain on resources and living conditions. The rich have escaped to a fancy place called Elysium, where they have access to high-tech medical pods that can heal anything. Meanwhile, the poor are stuck on Earth, dealing with overcrowding and misery. Max is one of the few people left on Earth, living in Los Angeles. In this bleak future, robots have taken over most jobs. One day, a robot cop questions him, and when he refuses to show what's in his bag, it shoves him, making him fall and hurt his hand. He heads straight to the hospital, and it turns out the doctor treating him is his old friend, Fry. Max asks Fry out for coffee, but she turns him down, saying she's too busy looking after her young daughter. After leaving the hospital, Max headed to the police station to report what happened. He tried to explain, but since the cops were robots, they didn't really listen. In the end, Max got out on probation, which meant he could get arrested again if anything else went wrong. Max works as an operator in a robot factory. The place is owned by John Carlyle, a rich guy who lives in Elysium but comes down to Earth every day to check on the workers and how things are going. Next, we see a group of people offering rides to Elysium for a price, with 3 planes ready to go. Most of the passengers are hoping to get healed by Elysium's medical pods. But since this trip isn't official, there's no guarantee anyone from Earth will actually make it to Elysium safely. Here we meet Delacourt, a big deal in Elysium as the Minister of Defense, known for being tough. When she got a heads up about a plane from Earth heading to Elysium, Delacourt quickly told Kruger, a secret agent on Earth, to take out all 3 planes. Kruger fired off missiles, taking down 2 planes, but one managed to dodge, break through Elysium's atmosphere, and land without a hitch. The passengers scattered, but Elysium's security spotted them and quickly arrested everyone. Still, one lucky mom managed to get away from a robot cop, sneak into a house, and use a medical pod to heal her paralyzed kid. The medical pod worked instantly, letting the kid walk again. But right after that, the cops showed up and sent them back to Earth. Back at work, Max ran into trouble with a jammed door. The foreman told him to fix it right away, so reluctantly, Max went in. But then the door shut on its own, and the heater kicked in, blasting radiation that made Max collapse. After that, he got some bad news. He only had 5 days left to live. Without any sympathy, Carlyle told the foreman to fire Max right away, without giving him any severance pay or compensation for his injury. Meanwhile, back at Elysium, Della is on trial again for breaking policy. Because of that, she's losing all her privileges, including the permit for Kruger, her secret agent. Max got home feeling weak. His friend Julio felt bad for him and quickly went to find help from a group that could get Max to Elysium so he could use a medical pod. The group leader, Spider, who used to be Max's boss, saw how desperate Max was and took advantage of it by offering him a job in exchange for a free ride to Elysium. Max's job is to steal valuable data or assets, mostly related to money. In this world, people keep personal data right in their brains, so Max has to kidnap someone to get the info he needs. Spider gives Max a robotic device that connects to human nerves and is supposed to boost his physical abilities a lot in the future. Meanwhile, Della met secretly with Carlyle to propose that he reprogram the Elysium system and appoint her as the new president. In exchange, she promised to collaborate with his robo-factory for 200 years. Carlyle plans to go down to Earth, store some crucial data in his brain, and then head back to Elysium to reset its system. Meanwhile, Max is about to go through a machine fusion surgery that will connect directly to his nervous system. When Max wakes up, he's transformed into someone powerful, with strength almost like a robot, and he's ready for action. They gather at the factory, where Carlyle just finished transferring some crucial data to his brain. He was about to get on a plane and head back to Elysium, but Max sabotaged the plane's parts, making it crash in Los Angeles. Max and his team chased after him. When Della heard Carlyle was in danger, she quickly ordered Agent Kruger to step in. Max and his team got to the crash site, where Carlyle's bodyguard robot attacked right away to protect him, sparking a shootout. Max destroyed one robot, leaving just one more to fight. Just as Carlyle was about to be captured, one of the team accidentally shot him. With his new robotic gear, Max tested his strength by fighting a robot bodyguard with just his bare hands. His power boost was obvious as he easily took down the robot. Max and his team wasted no time and quickly transferred the data from Carlyle's brain to Max's. Right as they finished, Kruger showed up and attacked. Only Max and Julio survived. As Kruger got closer, Julio tried to help Max, but sadly he became Kruger's next target. In the middle of the chaos, Max grabbed a weapon and attacked Kruger. When he saw a chance to escape, he took it and ran off with the data in his brain. Max was the only one who survived and hid in a residential area, making it tough for Kruger to find him. Realizing Max had the data, Della quickly put a flight ban on everyone in Los Angeles. Max went to the hospital, and when Fry saw his injuries, she took him home to take care of him. The next morning, Max started to recover. Knowing Max's plan, Fry asked for her daughter, Matilda, to be sent to Elysium so they could treat her leukemia with a medical pod. Even though Fry saved his life, Max felt he couldn't take Matilda to Elysium. He decided to leave right away to keep Fry and Matilda from getting more involved. After just a few steps, a drone sent by Kruger caught up with Max. He had to handle it right away to avoid getting caught. A little later, Kruger came into Frey's house. Even though Fry told him Max was gone, Kruger took her hostage without a second thought. Meanwhile, Max got to Spider's HQ and asked for his payment for the mission. But because of the no-fly rules, Spider had to delay Max's trip to Elysium and focus on the data in his brain. After checking the data, Spider was shocked to find it wasn't full of valuable assets but a program to reset Elysium. This program let whoever had it control the Elysium system, including giving people on Earth legal access to Elysium. But Max didn't care about that. He was only focused on saving his own life. Without wasting time, Max decided to go back to where he dropped the drone, hoping to lure Kruger there. Max was holding an explosive, so he couldn't attack. Max demanded Kruger take him to Elysium, and reluctantly, Kruger agreed. Max was shocked to see Fry and Matilda were already on the plane, caught up in the whole mess. Kruger quickly reported to Della, asking her to lift the no-fly rule. Meanwhile, Spider followed Max to Elysium after secretly putting a tracker on him earlier. Just as they were about to land on Elysium, Kruger provoked Fry, making Max so angry that he dropped the bomb he was holding and it exploded. Kruger was seriously hurt in the explosion, while Max fought off the remaining troops. Fry took Matilda to a medical pod, but when they got there, she needed special ID to use it. Because of that, Fry couldn't heal Matilda and got captured by Kruger's troops. They were both locked in a room. The badly injured Kruger was quickly put into a medical capsule that not only heals diseases but also regenerates broken bones and damaged body parts, bringing them back to full health in seconds. Meanwhile, Max manages to paralyze the people trying to extract data from his brain. When Della found out Kruger had recovered, she confronted him, angry at what she saw as his carelessness that ruined her plan. But Kruger, fed up with it all, made Della deal with the consequences of her own actions. Spider and his team arrived in Elysium, and Max quickly gave them his location so they could help him. After being freed from Della's orders, Kruger became obsessed with fighting Max. He boosted his strength before facing Max. While looking for Max, Kruger ordered his men to attack Fry. Luckily, Max showed up just in time and took them down. He told Fry to head upstairs to the medical capsule while he made a plan with Spider, who had just arrived. They planned to reset the Elysium system so people on Earth could become legal residents without restrictions. Kruger finally finds Max in the engine room. Max and Spider try to escape through the emergency exit, but with his boosted strength, Kruger easily opens the door, and the fight between Max and Kruger starts. Being a secret agent, Kruger had way more fighting experience than Max, making Max fall and get cornered over and over. But Kruger's words fired up Max's determination, and with the strength he had left, Max managed to pull out the connector in Kruger's body. Kruger planned to remove the explosives, hoping they'd both go down together. But Max figured out what he was up to and quickly took him down. After getting through all the obstacles, they quickly transferred the data from Max's brain. But it turned out that resetting the Elysium system came with a big risk. Max would lose his life when the system rebooted. With no other choice, Max decided to take the risk for a better future for everyone. At first, he just wanted to save himself, but things changed, and he felt a sense of relief with his decision. In the end, the system reset successfully, right as Max took his final breaths. Elysium has gone back to its original settings, and the president can't order the security robots to capture Spider anymore since he's now an official citizen of Elysium. Now the system sends planes to bring Earth's people to Elysium. There's no more divide between the rich and the poor. Everyone gets to enjoy the same facilities as Elysium citizens.